This review is sponsored by this asshole right here, also known as the Geeks Addict, for sending me Queen's Shadow. It's like I'd rather get a litter box full of tampons than this book. My God. Queen's Shadow, written by E.K. Johnston, or as I like to call her, the young adult Chuck Wendig. Because my God, this woman is the curse of death for young adult novels. I haven't talked about Ahsoka on here, but we will get to that soon. Ahsoka, I will just say this, was an absolute slog and probably one of the worst young adult novels I've ever read in my life. Not just in Star Wars, but as a whole of my reading career up until this point. Ahsoka was just that bad. Queen's Shadow is about Padme Amidala, from when she ends her term as queen to becoming the senator that we know in Attack of the Clones. Fair enough. A lot of books, political books, seem boring, but, they turn out okay. If they're written by James Luceno, but hey, we don't have James Luceno here. We have E.K. Johnston. How bad could it be? It's pretty bad. I can't blame E.K. Johnston for one thing, though, and it's the number one thing I hate about this book. I can blame George Lucas for it. And it is, every one of the handmaidens has a name that rhymes with Padme. So we got Sabe, Corday, Erte, Suavemente, Mohambe, and of course Harambe. I'm just kidding about the last three, but you get the freaking idea here. It's terrible. I don't know who is who, and I didn't know the whole time reading this book. In fact, I couldn't actually read this book because it's so boring. I had to listen to the audiobook, which when you have to go to the audiobook, that's never a good sign. And also, the only reason I even got through this audiobook is because I've been walking to work, and it's an hour walk to work. So I got this done in about 2 weeks. Otherwise, I would have never finished this book. And I pride myself in suffering through some freaking dirge for this goddamn channel. But that almost broke me. It was so bad. Positives here. E.K. Johnston does one thing that I do appreciate, and that is E.K. Johnston knows her new canon knowledge, because it came off as, not only did she watch all of the Clone Wars, because we have several senators that are characters in the Clone Wars, like Senator Clovis is in this quite a bit, and should be, in order to make that make any sense. But we just have characters from the prequels that were cut from the movie. Like Padme's parents and Padme's sister are all in this, and Padme's sister has kids, which we see in deleted scenes from Attack of the Clones. The only reason I even give this credit is I happened to watch the deleted scenes from Attack of the Clones, because I hadn't seen them in a few years, and I hadn't seen all of them, or I didn't remember seeing all of them. And someone's put them up on YouTube, like from the DVD bonus features from the initial release of Attack of the Clones. And so I sifted through and watched them, and I was shocked. This book sets up stuff for the deleted scenes, which that doesn't happen a whole lot in Star Wars, especially not in the new canon, where it seems like authors just write things and then occasionally an author like Jason Fry, for instance, or James Luceno will connect it together, but not often. It doesn't happen nearly as much as it should. But E.K. Johnston connects that, which gets a point in my book. I can't say she's as bad as Chuck Wendig in worst writer category, because Chuck Wendig does not do that whatsoever. But it's still awful. Nothing happens in the book. There is mild conflict where she's trying to get something passed in the Senate, and she's getting destroyed by the tabloids and stuff, but there's no real immediate danger. There's a couple attempts by Newt Gunray, but they're so, like, removed that, like, I don't know. It's just bad. It's really, really bad. It is one of the worst books I've read in the new canon. I don't know if it's the worst, because I have read some trash this year. I'm not going to lie. This 2019 marks the worst year of Star Wars reading I've ever had in my entire life. I've read worse things, but not in a row like this. I'm gonna level with you guys. It's been brutal. It's tested how big of a fan I am to put up with this. Like, it's been borderline unbearable at times. So anyway, this book gets a 1.5 out of 5. The only reason it gets a star or a point star is that E.K. Johnston did the work to connect this to things. So I gotta give her credit where credit's due. So anyway, have a nice day.